for Pete, I guess, a long time between homers. How nice was it to see him get one there?
Yeah, it's always nice, especially like you said. It's rare for Pete to go on a stretch like that without a homer. But finally gets a breaking ball, first pitch, and he was ready to go. And hopefully, they come in bunches now. But yeah, it was good to see him from the first pitch today in that first inning and putting pressure on them early on.
Seems we ask you the same thing about Senga, but what was he able to do to get out of some of those jams?
Yeah, he made huge pitches because I didn't think he had the fork ball today from the very beginning. When you watch that Freddie Freeman at bat in the first inning, he was fouling pitches off. He was laying off. Then Will Smith lay off one of them too, and you could tell that he didn't have it. And then, a few 2-0 counts. But I just thought that he kept making pitches. We make some big plays. That play in the first inning that Tyrone Taylor threw to home plate was huge. So, yeah, he kept battling. I thought he used the cutter, even though I don't think he had that pitch either. But he found a way. And for him to go back out for the sixth and get us one out there, it was important. So, yeah, that goes to show you how good he is. Then on a night that he's not at his best against a lineup like that, he's able to keep us in the game, make pitches when he needed to, and gave us a chance.
Manny?
Putting Acuna in there late, that was just for defense?
Yep, that was just the defense there. You're up two, just want to go with the best defenders.
And just sticking with that, with Vientos, what are you seeing from him over at third base? I think he's committed 7 errors last year. He had 5 all season.
Yeah.
From him over there?
He's just kind of like I said, offensively, they go through slumps. He's going through it defensively right now, especially on those slow rollers. Those are, as of late, I feel like 3 or 4 of them where either he gets and then they change, or he's having a hard time securing the baseball. It happens. He'll continue to work. It was something that he was out there with Tarby today before the game working on that particular play. He's got to keep going, and he'll get through it.
Tim?
What was your pitching staff able to do all weekend to limit that offense the way you did?
We attacked. We saw it in the playoff last year, and we gave them free passes and ended up costing us. We saw it today with Max Kranick, perfect example. Coming in that situation, attacking hitters, staying on the attack, make them swing the bat, and let the defense take care of itself. But I thought overall, the whole series, I thought we did a better job of attacking those guys and executing pitches when we needed to.
And how difficult is that Taylor play to pivot the way he did and make that throw home?
Yeah, not an easy one. He's coming, on a different angle, but then he's got to put himself in a good position quickly to align the hips, the shoulders, to make that throw to home plate. So that's what makes him a special defender. He's really good at there because of the little things like that. When he's going pretty much away from the play and he's got to turn and put his body in position to, like I said, execute a perfect throw to the plate.
Mike?
Carlos, I was going to ask about the relief pitching, not walking anyone, but you addressed that already. So how important is it to win 2 out of 3 for you guys?
Yeah, and look, and especially with the way we started the series, tough loss there on Friday, long game, had to use pretty much all of the relievers, and ended up losing a game in extras. And for us to bounce back the way we did, and taking the last 2, winning a series against a really good team, obviously, it shows a lot about that group, our ability to bounce back, the grit, the resilience, and it was on display the whole weekend there.
Dave?
Carlos, did the Dodgers complain about the glove? Is that why?
I don't know if it was the Dodgers. Yeah, the umpires came to me, and that's the rule. It was a light gray, and it's either that or white. They're not allowed to use it. So I'm not sure if they were, but I probably would have done the same thing.
Abby?
There's been a lot of times in the past, maybe like 8 or so years, that the Dodgers have sort of had this aura, and it's been very intimidating, especially for this team. Do you think that last year taking them to 6 games in the NLCS kind of snapped that spell? Because, like you said earlier, these guys aren't playing with any sort of intimidation right now.
Yeah, look, we know we're good. We also understand that they're really good, and there's a lot of good teams out there, and we got to continue to take care the things that we can control. It's how we go about our business. How do we prepare day in and day out? It doesn't matter who we're playing. Yes, this is a great team, and they knocked us out last year in the playoff. But we like our chances against anybody. That's the bottom line. We know we're good, but we got to play. We got to go out there in between the lines. It doesn't matter how good you look on paper. The baseball is something that is hard to predict. So still early. It's May. But it was good to see the guys bounce back, especially after that game on Friday, and take a series from there. We'll see them again pretty soon here at their place.
Harp.
Carlos, you talked about Taylor, but just watching that live, going so hard toward right field, right center, are you thinking there's no way he's throwing Mookie Betts out on this play?
Well, with TT, when we're talking about defense, you're not going to get surprised by anything. This is a guy that whether the jumps, the routes, the range overall, and then the arm. But not an easy play. Not an easy play, but like I said, it's like he's going away from home plate, and for him to just turn and execute a perfect throw, he's an elite defender.
This is about team wins, So, Senga did a great job battling in that first inning. Wall did a great job hustling. Tyrone, wow, what a throw! And I'm just really happy I was able to put us up front and respond back. Because when you get scored on, always do the best you can to respond back. So I was just really happy I was able to come through there for the team.
Were you aware that was a career long without a homer for you?
No, I've obviously I knew it was a while, but ultimately, it is what it is. I feel like sometimes that happens, and for me, just really happy I was able to come through right there.
Just beating the Dodgers 2 out of 3. What does that do for you guys?
No, it's good, but it's the regular season, and every game, no matter who we play, counts the same. And for us, ultimately, winning series, again, no matter who we play, is really important for the end of the year. Again, I still can't stress this enough. Like last year, playing the doubleheader when no one else is playing baseball. So right now, it doesn't matter the time of the year. Got to snag series wins whenever you can get them. So all these games, they add up over the course of time, and I'm really happy that we were able to come out on top.
What was your view of Taylor's play there in the first inning, making that throw home?
It's kind of a tough ball because it's kind of fading away from him. And, he did a great job ranging to get there, and then he just threw an absolute rocket to the plate. Great throw and great tag by Louis.
What impressed you about Senga tonight?
He was able to battle. Obviously not an ideal first inning, but, second and third, no outs, and then for him to make pitches, get the weak contact, and give us a chance for the double play there. That was great execution by Senga, and then also he stayed in the pocket the entire time, stayed within his process, and was able to execute his pitches on his terms, and he did a great job. Staying composed. So he kept us in the game right there, and was pretty dominant the rest of the start.
To get out of trouble when you had traffic on the bases?
塁にランナーが出たときどうやって乗り切れましたか？
本当にいろいろなことを駆使しながらいろいろな球を使いながらやりたくなと思います。
I used my whole repertoire, used every pitch in all sorts of situations, and I was able to get through it.
Can you tell us exactly what was going on with the glove and what they told you about it?
グラブの詳細というか、どういうふうなことを言われましたか？
色がグレーでボールに近いから多分ダメっていうルールで、もちろん知ってはいたんですけど、この前回もそうですし、その前も多分言われたことはなかったので、これで言われて考えようかなと思います。
I think it's because the color of the glove is kind of a grayish color, close to the color of baseball. Hadn't been told about that specific glove before, but moving forward, I probably won't be using it. I'll be using something else.
Carlos said he didn't think he had your good forkball. What did you think of that? How were you able to use it?
監督はフォークがいまいちだったんじゃないかっていうコメントでしたけど、千賀さん自身はいかがでしたか？
いまいちチームとしてすごい対策を練ってきてる感はすごいありましたし、ドジャースっぽいなというふうに思いましたけど、でもそこを完全に消さずにコントロールしたのはトレンスがいいグッジョブだったかなと思います。
Yeah, I think I could really tell that they were looking for it, and that's just very Dodgers-like. But we kept using it. Torrance did a really good job calling the game.
How is that Dodgers like?
なんでドジャーズっぽいですか？
そのフォークがあるからじゃあ低めを捨ててとか、いろいろしてくるっていういや賢さがあるチームだなというふうに思ってます。
I just think they're a very clever team. They know that I have this pitch, so they're not looking for anything down, but sometimes they are. They're just a bunch of clever hitters.
What was your view of Tyrone's play and just what you think in that moment?
テイラーのプレーどうですか？
What did he tell himself after the Otani home run on the second pitch?
大谷選手のホームランの後、自分に何か言い聞かせたこととかありますか？
別に特にないですし、彼は、すごい選手のうちの一人なので別にそんなに思うことはないかなと思います。
Nothing really. He's just another great hitter in their lineup. So.
Do you enjoy those battles with Otani?
大谷選手との対戦は、エンジョイで聞いてますか？楽しいですか？
楽しくはないです。
It's not fun.
You've been on such a good streak, homerless streak. I think it was 8 games and 200 something hitters. Does it go to figure that it was Otani that wound up breaking that record streak for you? Career best streak, I should say.
キャリアで最も長い8試合連続でホームランを許してなかったみたいなんですけど、で打たれたのが大谷選手っていうのはやっぱりなんていう感じはありますか？
彼だけじゃなくて他のバッターもすごい選手たくさんいますし、たまたま彼だったっていうだけであって、それに近いものは今までたくさん打たれてきているので、本当にこれからまたそういうものを伸ばしていっていい当たりをなるべく少なくしていい仕事ができればなと思います。
In that lineup is full of great hitters. It could have been any other guy, and I've given up a lot of hard hits in the previous starts too. So it could have happened. It could have broken at any point. So just want to minimize hard contact and keep going.